Aloha, and welcome to Betty's Real Estate Corner, brought to you by Roy and Betty Sakamoto, now part of Coldwell banker Kapuna. With us today is also one of our top people here, Elizabeth Quayl. So we're real excited about a day here and spending time talking to you. Holidays coming up, elections over, I hope, for God's sake. And I don't know what's going to happen next, but we're all together in all of this, so we're going to have a nice time here. Danny Couch got us started, which obviously we all love. I don't know if Roy was dancing over there, but the rest of us were.
I was rocking, yeah.
Oh, he was rocking out, he says. I don't know if we got him on there enough, but when it come to the end, and we're going to go back with it again. So, but anyway, anyone who's listening, thank you so much. We're happy to be here today. And let's say a quick hello here to Elizabeth.
Hello, everybody. We are happy and we are grateful. Yay.
And Roy, my husband.
Yeah, that's a great week heading into Thanksgiving. And let's talk about Thanksgiving.
One of the things that is near and dear to everybody's heart today is holidays coming up, social distancing, all of the things that we're hopefully going to have in place this year. And obviously trying to make Thanksgiving great for all of us. And I think that let's all think about starting now, coming to each holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and what we can do for one another and for our community. We know today there's so many people unemployed. Hopefully it's going to get better. Right now it does seem like it is in Maui anyway, but it also could turn and make it very difficult again. So let's work at things. And over the years, we've often said when it comes to a holiday, remember, you don't necessarily have to give with money. You might have a neighbor who has 4 children, 5, whatever, that maybe could just use a little bit of help with someone helping with the kids so she could go shopping or do shopping for her, assuming that we're all getting out okay. But let's just make this year one of the best years ever and be thankful for whatever it is that we have. Let's just, don't you think, my partners here in crime?
I think that we're all having to rethink these holidays.
Yes.
I'm so used to having my kids and their friends and everybody for dinner on Thanksgiving, and it's going to be a different movie this year. We're going to be very limited to having my kid and grandson. Usually they bring all their friends that, don't have a place to go. It's just not going to happen this year. But that being said, too, there's lots of things you can bake and make and hand out. We're lucky enough to live in Napili, which is a great little community, and we have so many wonderful neighbors. Everybody grows fruits and veggies. There's so much that can be shared without having to really hang out with each other. So,
well, I think you're right on that, and I think let's all think about it. Again, and just maybe a happy face. Even when you've got a mask on, someone knows you're smiling. So I think let's all remember that. We need to smile with one another and make people happy and say Happy Thanksgiving or turn up your Christmas music, which is already on, as though Christmas was already here. But let's find all those little ways to pull one another together and make plans for stuff that we can do. There was a thing in Lahaina right now, and I think Roy could tell us what it was to give to, but $25 is a contribution that will actually get someone a shirt. And what else, Roy? Because it really is great.
It's a chef-prepared Thanksgiving meal, rubber slippers, T-shirts, and it's put together by the Lahaina Town Action Committee. It's for a $25 donation. A lucky recipient will receive a free Thanksgiving meal, T-shirt, rubber slippers. And, again, we're a community here on Maui. I want to give a big shout out to Citizens Church in Kahana. We passed it this morning on our way to the station here, and there was a long line of cars waiting to get into the church parking lot where they were handing out boxes of food. Veggies and so forth, and wow, what a great community response! And the line of cars there was just heartbreaking, but heartwarming from the standpoint that there are people helping, like Citizens Church.
In rows and rows of cars, and I think again, none of us will ever plan to have a problem or plan to be hungry or plan to be homeless. But we do live in, I think, nationwide right now, there's so many people that they say are 2 paychecks away from being homeless. Now, I think that the government more or less is trying to help people and to stop people from being thrown out of their homes at this time, but it really is difficult, and nobody ever plans that, and it has to be hard and embarrassing, and whatever we can do, whenever we can, whatever smile we can pass on, let's all do it. I mean, it's an important time.
Maui Food Bank does a heck of a job. And big shout out to the Maui Food Bank. And it's something we can all support, whether it's $1, $5, $10, whatever we can send into the Maui Food Bank, please do, especially in this holiday season that we're coming into.
Well, let's all do it, and remember to be kind. You know, the thing that happened this last week or so for a woman who had been homeless, I keep pronouncing Fuga.
Fuga.
You know, I still say it wrong, so I'm not going to try. But I mean, it's a story that I think everyone has heard. You know, she was on the radio. She's a singer. There was a kind of an interchange of verbally with her and a couple of people after she said that she was homeless and had eaten food. And it's very sad. It was very sad. It was very upsetting for anyone. My heart goes out to her. My heart also goes out to the guys that were there that were wrong, but it just happened. I mean, probably she's their peer. She's someone they've been close to. They crossed over the edge. But again, let's all remember to watch our words and to remember what I said a minute ago. Nobody ever plans to be homeless or to be hungry, but maybe there's been a time in each of our lives that we didn't have so much money in our pockets, and you were worried about where your next meal or your next rent check was coming from, or you were putting money together. Roy used to even say, back when our early days, he used to would say, you know, in the real estate business, realtors either don't have money for their rent or they don't have money for their taxes. And it was kind of humor, but looking back, I mean, it was because it was a different time and everybody struggled at times. So I am very thankful for my life and everything that I have here on Maui. So thank you, Roy. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yes.
We have a great life together, all of us.
We've been very fortunate. And don't forget our kupuna, you know. Support Halimakua. Halimakua does a heck of a job for the frail and elderly here on Maui. If you go to their website, halimakua.org, check it out. See all the good things that Halimakua is doing throughout the community, not only in the nursing homes, but also throughout the community.
Yes. Well, I suppose we should do a little bit of real estate.
Yeah.
I think that might be a good idea. I know Elizabeth had a property that she was talking to us when she first ran into this studio on Halelo Street, which has been a favorite of all of ours. And I think it's one that probably, with the number of people looking at it now, should sell in the near future. But want to give us some of those details?
This is such a fabulous spot. Kanapali Vista and Royal Kanapali Estates were the first part of Kanapali Hillside that were developed. This particular property was built in 1973. My clients bought it in 1975 and lovingly lived in it until last year when Leslie finally passed away. It is single-story home. Every room has an ocean and golf course view. It's a 1975 home that's had some upgrades, but you know, whoever ends up with this property is going to make it their own. It's one of the 2 properties on this particular street that has no rooftops in front of it, nor are you looking across the golf course towards the highway because it's off facing Lahaina side. So it's a very, very sought-after location. I can't tell you how often we show it. Back in the 70s, people were cowboys and built stuff without permits in some cases. In this particular home, there is a studio that was non-permitted and very close to the golf course. The sellers are having that. They've got the plans approved from the county. They're having that removed starting next week. So now that objection will be gone. you've got the opportunity to go in there without that issue and make this home your own. We're showing it very often. And a little caveat on that, there's a little studio upstairs above the pool. And we have the most lovely teacher living there for several years. She took care of Leslie the last 2 years. She's teaching in Lahaina and helps special needs kids and makes the place available for us whenever we need to show it. I am so grateful to have this listing and this awesome tenant in there. You have to come see it. Easy to show, and if you're somebody who can take on a project, you're going to be a happy camper.
Call Elizabeth about that, 808-276-6061. It is one of the most fabulous listings anyone has in Kaanapali.
It's a great location, too. You can walk to all of the Kaanapali Resort or take your golf cart. Get a golf cart, drive it to Whalers Village, go shopping, go to the restaurants.
Be on the beach.
Yep. Be right there on the beach,
Yeah.
Kaanapali Beach.
And
What a
that-
great location.
The particular listing, and pardon me for interrupting, Roy, is at $1,369,000. So, given a little room for negotiation there, you're going to have a great piece of paradise at a great price.
Yeah, it is a fabulous place.
Yeah.
Great interest rates right now, so everybody keep that in mind. One of the other things that we've been getting a number of calls recently, owner occupants, people who are really trying to step up right now and figure out how they can buy as a first-time home buyer. So we're going to keep going on things like that, but what you should know is when you check with us or check with a realtor that you already know, is that what you want to do right now is talk about the interest rate. And even if prices seem a little high, I think you're going to be getting in at a good time because it is going to be probably your home for many, many years. I think, Roy, what do you think right now, interest rates? They're still in the twos.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
depending on different
Depending on,
programs
yep.
and so forth. Yeah. And I think the most important thing for any buyer is to work with a professional, work with a realtor. A realtor can help you find the best loan officers to work with, the best escrow companies to work with, and help guide you throughout the whole transaction.
Absolutely. I think the minute Elizabeth has done quite a few owner-occupant deals recently, and it's been great to see the people coming and going from the office chatting about things, but don't you think, Elizabeth, that the interest rate is one of the top things?
Money's cheap right now.
Money is cheap.
Money is cheap, and if you're able to qualify for a loan, there's a variety of loans depending on the type of property you're wanting to buy. First-time home buyers at a particular price rate can go in with an FDA loan with no down payment. Your FHA, no down payment. FHA, you can have a very low down payment. VA, no down payment.
So keep that in mind. I mean, that's huge right now. So talk to someone. It's so easy to think that you can never do it, but over the years, we've had people that come in, sit down, and maybe it's a year and a half, 6 months, whatever the time is, that they think about it, talk to lenders, talk to people that we refer them to see what they can do, keep them looking at properties, look for owner financing. It's nice with owner financing. They're probably going to want you to have some down payment. But let's all work together on it, and I think we can help you find a home. Our office can help you find a home. It'll be great.
Yeah, it's very scary, but we'll help you all the way through. So call on us, Elizabeth, Roy, Betty. My number 808-870-7060. Elizabeth, your number
276-6061, 808.
808-870-7062. So you can find us. Our new office is at 700 Office Road in Kapalua. We're pretty easy to find most of the time. Office is open 7 days a week, maybe not exactly 8 hours every day, because it has been a somewhat, crazy period for numbers of people on the island and stopping by. So try to reach us first. But we'll do our best to have someone available for you that can talk to you, whether you're looking for a fabulous Kapalua home or you're looking for your first as a first-time home buyer. We'll be there to help you.
I want to give a shout out while I'm thinking about it. We're talking interest rates. We have the most fabulous lenders, title people, surveyors, building inspectors. We have this community of reputable people that really keep us in business and doing things properly. I'm so grateful for everybody that works in tandem with us to make these dreams come true.
Absolutely. There are some amazing. There's always Fran, First Hawaiian Mortgage. She's helped all of us out of many a jam trying to get a deal closed. Central Pacific Bank really works hard. First Hawaiian Bank. There's so many different lenders available, and you also may know someone yourself that you'd prefer to work with, and we'll all, no matter who it is, because it's got to be someone that you can connect to. But we can help you find those people that you can connect to for a mortgage and all the other things that you have to do to buy a home. What else are we thinking of today?
Elizabeth also has a great listing on Front Street.
I have a really very fun listing on Front Street. My client actually came over for 2 weeks, and she's staying for a month. Her son's doing school online from San Francisco. This little home is probably a half a block from Baby Beach. It sits on Front Street. It has a beautiful yard. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home that has 3 small additions that serve its bedrooms as well. So it could be literally a 6-bedroom, 3-bath home, although it's legally a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home. You can build up. It's right across the street from Kahoma Villages, where they've just put in all the great townhomes and single-family homes. Those single-family homes were selling in the 750s last year. There's 2 on the market at $1.1 million. So this house at $1.85 million, with the opportunity to build up and put in a pool, et cetera, is a phenomenal value in a fantastic Lahaina town location.
And is on the right side of the road, meaning the ocean side of the road. So with kids, family, etc., you'll always be able to wander over to Baby Beach and back and not have to even cross Front Street. That is a great one. Roy, what about 271 Front Street? That's an amazing one also. Totally oceanfront, huge frontage.
Yeah, this is an old Pioneer Mill plantation home built in 1942. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath residence at the Puamana end of Front Street. It's got about 180 feet of ocean frontage, right on the with seawall there. That was certified back in 1973 or 19. Anyway, the seawall had been certified previously. Home needs some help. It has termites and so forth, but the location is fantastic. It's a little over a quarter of an acre, with again about 180 feet of ocean frontage, and it's interesting. Thanks to Meyer Computer and our website, we're getting calls on this from all over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
People inquiring about it. So thank you, Meyer Computer. We've got Jesse here in the studio videotaping this, so it'll be up on our website too, sakamotoproperties.com.
Here's another great story about that house. Roy's, I'm going to call him best friend. I don't know if guys have.
In grade school, yeah.
From grade school, okay. And they hung out there, but his parents lived in the house, so Roy was swimming there forever as a kid, right out front, so he knows the whole story. And then they also, at the time when they were building, they would put all of the wood strapped together, or I don't know exactly. You tell the story a little better, but they would put it in the water, and the salt water would keep the termites out. Now, we've caught up to the termites, but other than that, it worked for a lot of years.
Oh, it did, and that was the common way of curing wood. But coming back to 271 Front Street, for all the local guys out there, we used to have, if you remember, the old tin boat. It was made out of corrugated iron and kind of in the shape of a boat with a jury-rigged outrigger And we used to launch that from 271 Front Street
Is that right?
to go out and collect lobster off the outer reef, go fishing off the inner reef, and what a great location. 271 Front Street is listed at $2,995,000, and just waiting for the right buyer.
That it is a spectacular home. And like Roy was saying a minute ago, yeah, there's some termites and there's this and that, and it's going to need a lot of remodeling. But earlier, I mean, quite a few years ago, we sold that house to its current owner and another 2 houses that are right nearby. And we assumed then that they would be remodeled or torn down or something, but nobody ever did. They did bring them, you know, fix up bathrooms and do things to make it nice, paint, etc. But they didn't really change them very much. It
No.
was just living there on the ocean in Lahaina. It's pretty fabulous.
No.
Fabulous.
In fact, I had a call last night from a realtor on Oahu with a big real estate firm wondering why this hasn't sold. She has a client interested in it, hopefully flying over this weekend maybe to take a look at it. But she said something like this on Oahu would have been sold in a week.
Yes,
So,
that's what they say.
so we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's that awesome plantation floor plan with the big tall ceilings and master suite in the front on the ocean. There's just so much about this house.
Yeah.
I love this house.
You know, we're going to wind down faster than ever.
Well, we
I
still
think
got time for.
we've got time for
Yeah.
a little bit, but
Yeah.
we've only got 3 minutes left. Well, now probably, as I talked, 2.5.
How about a nice condo, Elizabeth?
Boy, if you're looking for something on the very affordable end, you can get a couple of things at Napili Ridge, probably for under $350 fee simple, 1 bedroom, 3 blocks from Napili Bay. We have a spectacular 2-bedroom upper floor master's unit on the front row that's got ocean views. You could see the beach down by the cabanas at the Royal Lahaina, as well as a Kanapali plantation. 1 bedroom, 2 bath, views to die for. There's just some really, really good opportunities out there. So please give us a call. We're happy to help you with everything.
All of these that Elizabeth mentioned would be great for owner-occupants. I mean,
Yes.
these are all custom ready for owner-occupants with excellent financing available out there.
I think you're right. Both of those really would work. You know, it'll be great for somebody.
Yeah, the Masters is great. Napili Ridge is kind of a sleeper.
It is a
A
sleeper.
lot of people don't know about it. but,
Great condition right now. It's really super.
So
Yeah.
many realtors, that's been their first home here.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
You know,
that's
so
true.
many realtors.
Yeah,
That's true. You know, as we know, we keep winding down a little bit more, but let's go back for a moment to Thanksgiving. It's going to come up before we know it. Let's remember, and when I was telling the story about Paula Fuga, what I kind of wanted to say was, let's all think about what we say. You know, it's not that the worst thing happens, but let's just be careful. Let's be careful what we say. Let's be loving to everybody. Let's smile, be happy. Let's share it. Let's share whatever our wealth is. You know, take care of things, make contributions when you can, at your church, anywhere you can. And pretty soon we've got Danny Couch back
yeah,
on.
let's take the spirit of Danny Couch into our holiday season here.
And remember, I love Hawaii.
We all love Hawaii.
We all love Hawaii.
Lucky to
Woohoo!
live here.
Lucky we live Hawaii. Aloha.
Woo!